Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Camilla and I usually make travel videos here on YouTube, but in today's video I'm joined by my husband John.
Hey everyone.
The reason why we're not traveling right now in Asia, in Thailand, in Vietnam, and all our favorite places is of course because of the current situation. But I mentioned earlier that my channel now will move into more New York content, like New York City apartment hunting videos, where to eat in New York, more vlog styles.
There'll still be travel content.
Yeah.
But you know, now you get to see what her life is like here in her home base of New York City.
Exactly. It'll be a good mix whenever we go to Caribbean and Europe this summer. So yeah, it will still be a lot of traveling, but just a lot of New York content as well. Today's video is in partnership with Filter. And Filter is a new music platform where you can access premium music for free for your YouTube channel and your travel videos if you want to make like cute little travel videos. If you want to know more about them right now, you can click the link in the description below and get started immediately. So yeah, I'm just really excited about that partnership and we'll talk more about it later in the video. So I'm creating a New York City apartment hunting series and I figured that this would be the perfect segue into the New York content that I'm going to create on my channel. So this New York City apartment hunting series will be 4 episodes. It'll be, the 2 first episodes are Wall Street and Seaport, right? Yeah, and then the 3rd episode will be a few apartments in the Hudson Yards area. And then the 4th episode will be my favorite apartment, so I'm not going to let you know where that is or whatever. That'll be a surprise because I'm saving the best for last. So at the end of the series, you will find out if we're gonna move or if we're gonna stay in the apartment we have right now, right?
Yeah.
So throughout this video, you will see a bunch of clips of us running around New York City in different neighborhoods, looking at apartments, and the clips will be around six months old or something.
Because basically the pandemic was in full swing and New York was pretty much deserted. So many people had fled. We started noticing that there were some apartment deals and
like really good deals.
Let's say deals.
I mean, compared to how it used to be.
Yeah, the prices dropped. And so we decided that was a good time to go check out some apartments, you know, some other neighborhoods from where we are. We've been living where we are now for 7 years.
Yeah, which is the East Village.
Almost 7 years. I think we were just ready to see if there was something out there for us and we could potentially make a move.
But we do also love the East Village. Like, we love our neighborhood right now. We are actually living in Stuyvesant Town, and as he said, we've been living here for 7 years and we love it. And if you want to know how much we pay in rent, you can basically just go to stuytown.com and figure it out. We live in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and it's like 980 square feet. And we have like, what is it called? Deluxe finish or modern? Like, it's 3 different Stuyvesant apartments you can live in. You can live in the modern finish, you can live in classic finish, and the 3rd one, I forgot what it's called, but I'll leave a picture here as well. So basically we live in the nicest one.
The neighborhood has only gotten better because now it's so convenient. We have like right outside our street, we have Target on one side of the street and Trader Joe's on the other side of the street. And living that close to Trader Joe's, it saves you a lot of money.
But okay, before we give you any more tips, let's take a quick moment and talk about today's sponsor, Filter. Getting free premium music for your YouTube videos have never been easier. I wish I had something like this when I was starting out my channel a few years ago. Filter is a new music platform where you can access premium music for free. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I love to create captivating intros, beautiful B-roll, and that is where music plays a big role for me. With Filter, I'm able to empower my videos with certain moods so I can connect with you guys on a deeper level. I love how easy it is to find the music you're looking for. When you open Filter, this is the front page, how it looks like. So let's take today's video as an example. We're talking about New York City apartments, so I want to find the right theme for that. Let's go into the themes. Travel themes are usually upbeat and kind of what I like to go with. So yeah, as you see here, we have one theme that's called Concrete Jungle, and it doesn't get more perfect than that. So okay, so let's take a look at the Concrete Jungle playlist. You can choose between all these songs on this playlist. Let's just try out the first one, Cloud Steps, and see what it sounds like. I want the mood of this video to be kind of upbeat because it's New York City. It's known for the energy, so that's what we have to like emphasize. If you rather want to search by genre, you can do that. If you're looking for rock music or dance electronic, you can find it all here. So quickly about their pricing, you see here as you can access their music for free, which is incredible as a beginner content creator. How it works if you choose the free subscription is that Filter will be placing an ad on your videos on YouTube. But if you're already monetized on YouTube and you earn money through AdSense, then the $11 a month plan would be perfect for you. You have no ads and you control the monetization. In both the plans, you can download as many songs as you want for your videos. Lastly, it's super easy to use and they have a great interface on mobile as well, so you can work on the go. And now, let's get back to the video. If you want to live in Stuyvesant Town, you can check out the website, and if you want to move in, let us know because then you get $1,000 off. There's no broker fee if you go directly to Stuyvesant Town, which is massive. Like that's very hard in New York to find an apartment without broker fee. One information that you should know is if you're looking for apartments here in New York, most of them you can either rent an apartment or a condo. If you rent an apartment, you have to show that you're earning 24 times 40 times more than 1 month's rent. So I'll put the numbers here on the screen. Let's say the apartment is $5,000. You have to earn 40 times more than that. Yeah, so you have to earn $200,000 a year to move into that apartment, and you have to show your bank statement. You have to show, basically have to show your whole life to the landlord.
It's so invasive. It's not like they just look at your credit score and your credit report and do a background check, which I would expect. Certified letter of employment. They really need to know that you actually work at the place you say you work. They need a bunch of bank statements. They look at your bank account and
previous tax.
Yeah, they could even look at your spending habits and not like it and decide you're too risky. I can't think of any other industry where somebody's selling something and gets that much access to an individual's life, like a potential customer's personal financial life. It's just so invasive. I found it almost like offensive. Like the process of filling out the applications when I was going through the websites and stuff, I was just like almost mad.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind that when you're looking at these apartments, New York City apartments go fast. Even though it's COVID, they still go fast. So keep in mind that if you're looking at apartments, you need to have all your paperwork ready. It's basically like a whole book of papers that you need to have ready to give to the
leasing
building.
office.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind. But okay, so in this first video today, we are going to take you around Wall Street and Seaport neighborhood, which is at the bottom of Manhattan. As we said, we really like the East Village, but we would 100% be open to move to
the financial district. Actually, it's not just the fact that there were deals during the pandemic, but the main thing that got us thinking of checking out apartments was that we hung out with some friends that lived in financial district.
Shout out Ronya.
Yeah, Rania and Kieran. They lived in this amazing building, and their apartment a little smaller than, let's say, what you get in a place like Stuyvesant Town. It was just very nice.
It took my heart.
Yeah, and especially for her, you know, it was just like a dream vlogger's apartment. And suddenly she was just looking at me with like this twinkle in her eye, like, why don't we check out apartments here?
But you were the one that surprised me with like actually looking at one of the apartments.
And then I started looking at on Street Easy just to see what's out there and see how much it would cost. It was a bit high, but cheap for what it was. One of the things about New York is like the rent kind of forces you to hustle.
Yeah.
So like, you know, maybe if we had to pay a little more, we'll hustle more and make more money, you know.
And we're also looking at this apartment with our roommate Pia.
So when I found the apartments online and saw the prices, I went to go check it out with the roommate. I was almost thinking of signing the lease, just surprise Camilla with it, but there was just too many unknowns. So I decided to just approach her about it, and then let's do this the proper way and just go check out a bunch of apartments.
So that apartment, 19 Dutch, was the trigger apartment that triggered this whole process of looking at apartments. So I think we should jump into 19 Dutch first, and we will show you the view from the rooftop. It's a luxury building right next to the Oculus Center. It was just a stunning apartment, and we went there actually 2 times to view the apartment. One time to just overall see it, and it was nice. We could go and see it alone, and it's just such a beautiful apartment. We'll go through it and then we'll show you on the screen as well, and we'll talk about the pros and the cons of it. At 19 Dutch, they don't actually show you the square footage. I feel like they didn't.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Anyway, the main apartment we looked at was 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, but the bedroom is pretty tiny. I'll show you, but yeah, it's kind of more like a home office, and I love that it was open kitchen, and also the view from this apartment is just stunning.
I think that was
the selling point.
The selling point, definitely for Camilla, was the incredible view. It was view of the Brooklyn Bridge and the river, and it was really nice. You're high up. Just the apartment itself it had a good layout. And
the bedroom was it was an okay size. Like, we would have room for our double desk here. We put the shoes where the bed will go. Oh, and we do have a big closet. And it's amazing that it was a lot of closet space, or a lot for New York.
That private bathroom was really dope. Like,
that we didn't have to like actually leave our room to go into the bathroom.
Because here we have 1 bathroom, which, I mean, it's been fine, but
it's tiny.
Yeah, having your own bathroom in your bedroom would be pretty nice.
Yeah, we would have room for our desk there, so we could have our little home office. And it had a washer and dryer in the unit, which is
also nice.
Yeah, that's like super rare for New York. So if you want any of these apartments now, most of them are still available on Street Easy. If not, there are versions of all the ones we will show you. This 19 Dutch apartment, I think it was around...
So the cheapest one we saw was like $6,900, but you got, I think, 3 months off. So that took, then they put the net effective rent because of that.
I think 19 Dutch ended up being $5,800 for this exact apartment. What I also loved about it was the kitchen area. A lot of space. So this building is from 2019, so it's brand new, everything. And so we could have the dining table situation over here, and we could have a couch here with a TV there.
So what I didn't like was that kitchen, it's just a big empty room. You'd have to buy an island separately to kind of fill out the kitchen space.
Yeah.
Which is an added expense.
And a closet. And another bathroom. I love the bathrooms there. But yeah, this is the second bedroom, which is pretty tiny. We measured though that you could fit a queen size bed in here. They have a closet, but yeah, not more than that.
I think the pictures kind of make it look bigger than it is, and probably because we're using wide angle. The other thing I didn't like was, and that's the thing that kind of made me not pull the trigger when I was trying to surprise her with it, was that we have a decent amount of space in the apartment we're living in currently. Like, you have all these luxury buildings with all these amenities, and that's great. But the ultimate luxury here is space, especially when you live in Manhattan.
And when it's COVID and you live on top of each other.
Yeah, that too. Looking for an apartment, I definitely didn't want to switch to something smaller.
Yeah.
And I was trying to make an excuse for it.
Because the building was so nice. It had an amazing gym, amazing co-working space, that if you don't want to be in the apartment, if it's too small, you go down to the office area. And they had an amazing rooftop for the summer, which is...
Yeah, I mean, when we went, I think 19 Dutch was the first apartment we saw, and it's just a whole vibe. It's we were happy. The doorman was really cool. The people in the elevator were nice and friendly and chatting with us, and it was just beautiful in the building, and just everything was great. And the rooftop is just awesome there.
Yeah, that was
and people are hanging out.
Craziest rooftop.
it just felt really like a vibe, and we were definitely feeling it. And look at that view.
Yeah, that is like, yeah, like you don't get a nicer view than this in Manhattan.
So yeah, 19 Dutch, amazing building. It's just that compared to where we live now, it was too small, and it's more expensive.
And
we'd be paying more to live in a smaller place.
Yeah.
Which,
and next year the rent would go back up to normal rent because of
yeah,
COVID.
and that's the thing.
Then we would pay like $7,000.
Eventually, even though we have a roommate, we want to live alone pretty soon, actually, and so I don't want to have to pay that much after a year.
Yeah,
we'd rather use that money for traveling, and it was hard to justify actually in the end moving in there, which was sad because in many other ways it was just like we were almost ready to do it.
Yeah, so when we decided on that apartment was too expensive, we continued looking just because we were in the mood for looking for other apartments. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. The next apartment on Wall Street, it was called
2 Gold Street.
And this apartment, would you say that it's a luxury apartment or no?
Technically, they're luxury buildings. They have the doorman and all that and some amenities, but
they're old.
Yeah,
a lot of them
they're
are
kind of
old.
crummy looking. Hallways are a little depressing and dark.
And this apartment, we were viewing it with a leasing agent, and he was nice. We were also viewing these apartments with Lofty. Just quick recap.
There's a service called Lofty. They kind of say that you're not going to pay a broker's fee or anything like that. So we tried it out, but there wasn't really any point. They kind of say that because of their relationships with landlords and buildings, they might be able to negotiate price for you. The buildings we wanted, they weren't able to do that.
Then also we saw this video showing this couple living in this apartment here in New York, and they said they'd also used Lofty, and they paid like, I think it was $7,000 in broker's fee or something.
And then the broker's fee, which was 15%.
So I feel like it sounded too good to be true.
The guy was nice though, but
the guy was super nice.
The service rendered was not anything to write home about.
So this 2 Gold Street, we viewed 2 or 3 apartments here. It was hard to imagine how nice they would look just because it was in a pretty bad condition. A lot of New York apartments also have this. It's kind of like a semi-open kitchen, but I feel like it's like a 60s vibe where like the housewife comes and just give you the food out of the hole.
Yeah, that's sexist.
It's sexist. I don't want to live in that kitchen.
I didn't mind it because at the end of the day, you still get to see people on the other side, and you get to, whatever.
Yeah, we also didn't like the finishes in this apartment. It was just too dark, and it didn't have a lot of natural sunlight. And it was facing this other office building or something.
Yeah, the view sucked. Yeah. You're just surrounded by tall buildings, so there's not that much light coming in.
The kitchen was a good size though, but like this, that's the living room.
You've spoiled me so much because, like I said, I came up here in this town and
we used to live in Harlem.
Yeah, I mean, I've lived in crummy apartments that I was very happy in, no problems at all, even though there might be 5-floor walk-ups and there's lead paint peeling off the wall, and the heater never works, and it always like whistles loudly, just like really your stereotypical like beat up old New York apartment. Now that we've lived here, I don't want to settle for anything less. So we go to a place like that. I'm noticing like, oh yeah, this is like old New York apartments. Like I don't want that anymore. I paid my dues in that sense.
Yeah, but why would we go back? It doesn't make sense.
Well, sometimes if you can gain more space and also cheaper rent, then it might be worth sacrificing a few nice things like that. But if we would still be paying more rent there, right?
The biggest one that we're going to show you now was $5,400, and with 3 months off, I think, it was $4,500.
For a year, we get good rent, and then after that, we'd be paying more than what we're paying now for a place that's not as nice, so it doesn't make sense.
This was the largest apartment of 2 Gold Street that he showed us. It had a bigger living room, and it had an outdoor terrace, but it was right next to like a water tank or something, so it was making a lot of noise.
There's like the water boilers that were just like humming it's still cool, like to have your own terrace, outdoor terrace. It's like that's a big luxury in this town as well.
Yeah, but this is not a nice view from the bedroom.
Yeah, that's a terrible view.
And the closet space was a little small. And again, same kitchen layout as the first one he showed us. Not a fan at all. This is the view from the second bedroom. Again, kind of looks like a war zone. It was no good energy in this building.
Energy is very important.
Yeah.
And that's like we said about 19 Dutch. That's what really struck us about there. There was just good energy.
Yeah.
That's hard to explain, but once you're there, you're walking through the building, it's just like...
Yeah. So this is the last apartment he showed us. Same kitchen layout again. This apartment was a little bigger and it was higher up, so the views were more what we were looking for. But again, too small. Like we wouldn't have room for a dining table. Gold Street also had an outdoor area, and it felt a little like a hostel. Like,
probably because there was like a bunch of young guys, college guys hanging out.
And then you're just surrounded by super tall buildings. There's not like maybe you get sunlight 1 hour if you're lucky. And they did have a pool, but I don't mean to sound high maintenance. I'm not, but this pool doesn't look inviting.
Remember, she's
Kids are peeing in it.
She's from Norway. When I say that, you could just put like a picture of like some incredible like chick at an infinity pool by the fjords.
Exactly. That's how all the apartments in Norway look.
She's from Norway, and you know they don't settle for whatever that is.
We don't have luxury apartments like that in Norway. We don't have pools like that.
But everything they have looks nice.
Yeah,
they make it look nice.
Yeah. So that was 2 Gold Street. Not a fan, but here's the breakdown of how much that would cost. Then the third apartment we viewed in Wall Street was 70 Pine Street. And if you go on Street Easy, Wall Street, like this is one of the main apartments that will be shown. It's one of the largest apartment buildings in Wall Street. Like you'll see it from anywhere, and they have a lot of apartments available now on Street Easy. And I think they're having a tough time rented out just because this used to be an office building that they renovated, but it's still kind of a cold vibe. And the apartments, the first apartments she showed us, we'll show you, they weren't that great, like they weren't that big, but the last apartment she showed us, which was in the second tower, super high up, had amazing views, but it took us like 15 minutes to get to the apartment.
It had a very Art Deco feel.
Yeah, I'll show you the lobby here. Super, super Art Deco. The whole building is Art Deco.
The thing is, at first I was like, whoa, and then I kind of liked it because I'm like, I mean,
it's
that's
cool,
very different.
But it's also a hotel.
And
so,
it has history, you know?
Yeah. Since it's also a hotel, like you'll share, it's 2 different entrances to the building, but yeah, I don't know. This is the first apartment we were looking at. Also the leasing agent here, she was super nice. But yeah, that is the master bedroom, I think. It had good closet space. And this apartment, 70 Pine, she showed us a bunch of different ones. They ranged from $4,500 all the way up to $7,000. I really like the open kitchen. Like that's what I would want if we moved to another apartment.
Yeah, that kitchen was pretty nice.
The finishes were fine.
Yeah, the island was good.
The view wasn't too nice though. And it was kind of a small living area.
That's gonna be a recurring theme, I think, because at the end of the day, like all these places we went to see, it just felt like they were smaller than where we're living.
Yeah.
So that's in a way a step back.
This was on the 19th floor. It was higher up. I feel like it was a little bigger. But yeah, as she said, she was trying to sell it like this apartment doesn't have a great view, but it has a good flow.
Good layout.
Yeah. The bathrooms here are nice and spacious. The floor is nice. I did really like the layout that the bathroom was inside your bedroom, so you didn't have to go outside of your bedroom to use the bathroom.
The windows were also kind of small.
Yeah.
Even though you get a view, so not a lot of light was coming through.
So the one we're looking at right now, here is the layout. I'll pop it up right here. You see the second bedroom is at the end. That's also really nice when the bedrooms are not wall to wall, so like we can hear each other snore from each side. The views from this apartment was really cool. And we also enjoyed that the master bedroom had a pretty good size walk-in closet that led into our bathroom. A double vanity was really cool.
Double vanity in the bathroom with good lights.
Yeah.
So I imagine like when we're getting ready to go somewhere, these two would just be open with everything on the floor, and it would be in there like. That closet situation was good because you could have a him and hers.
And yeah, the rooms here were a good size. And then again, I liked the open kitchen here. And I
actually thought that layout was weird. I wasn't sure how we'd lay out our couch and TV
and like our massive dining table.
Yeah.
They also washer dryer in the unit. The main con of this apartment was the layout of the living room and kitchen because it was a little weird. And then, as I said, we had to go to another tower to access this apartment, and it took us like 10 minutes to get there. Yeah, so that was 70 Pine. Pros and cons, it was kind of spacious, like the bedrooms were okay in the last one.
But still technically smaller.
Yeah, and the apartment, the last one I showed you now was originally 7,000, but she said she could get it down to 6,300, but then with 2 or 3 months off, basically get it all the way down to $5,000, which is good, but then next year we would have to pay 7,000 for that apartment, and we weren't loving it. So yeah, we didn't end up choosing that apartment either. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you liked today's video. As I said, this is episode 1 out of 4 episodes. The episode might be a little long, but they're comprehensive and there's a lot to learn in all these episodes. So let me know below which apartment was your favorite and what do you think about the prices?
It's low COVID prices because of the pandemic, so there are opportunities, but those opportunities are still insanely expensive compared to, you know, other places in the world or in America.
Yeah, so yeah, let's start some conversations in the comment section. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say. And next week we'll talk about 3 apartments in the Seaport area. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you know when the next when the next video will be live, and press the notification bell so you actually see when it's live. Remember to like it if you liked it, and comment below if you have any questions. I'm here to help you. And lastly, thank you so much to today's sponsor, Filter. Make sure to check out my discount code below. It's right here in the description. And I'm really excited for you guys to start creating better videos with premium music for free. And yeah, as I said, if I had this in the beginning when I was creating videos, I would be so happy. So yeah, let me know if you're actually gonna use them. I'm excited to see what you create. And we will see you guys next Sunday. Bye!
Peace.